Yeah. Everybody knows the first face, the drunk, the thief, the cheat, the man who couldn't keep his hands clean, the woman on the dirty street. Appetites running the whole show, self at the center of the wheel, the flesh doing what flesh does, chasing what it wants to feel. And the church points at that man, shakes his head and clicks his tongue, builds a fence around the sinner, like the righteous never stung. But here's what nobody told you, the old self has another side, a second face that looks like God, but it's the same flesh, dressed in pride. Yeah, two faces, same flesh, the sinner and the saint. One chases what it wants, the other builds what it ain't. Both got self at the center, both got death at the end. Two faces of the same old man, and neither one's your friend. Yeah. Now let me show you the second face, the one that scares me more, because it doesn't look like sin at all. It looks like keeping score, fasting twice a week, tithing everything he's got, standing in the temple praying loud, thanking God for what he's not. His moral resume is spotless, not a single line is wrong. But the man who reads the heart says the publican goes home forgiven, and this one doesn't, because the sinner knew he was sick, but the Pharisee thought he was the cure. And a man who thinks he's righteous by the strength of his own hands has made himself the center of a kingdom built on sand. Beautiful outside, dead bones within. The tomb looks white in the sunlight, but open it and breathe in. And here's the parable that ends it all. The unclean spirit leaves a man, walks through dry places, comes back and finds the house swept, garnished, clean, but empty. And he brings 7 worse than himself. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. You hear that? The house was clean, the sin was removed, the behavior was reformed, but the house was empty. And an empty house is an invitation. This is the whole problem. You define the spiritual life by what you stopped doing instead of who moved in. You swept the floor, but you never filled the room. And something worse came back, because absence is not presence. And the answer to darkness was never just the removal of darkness, it was light. There is therefore now no condemnation, not because the standard dropped, but because the system changed. The law of the spirit of life replaced the law of sin and death. Not an empty house, but a full one. Not a swept floor, but a dwelling place. The branch doesn't strain to make the fruit, it just stays connected to the vine. And the fruit comes, his yoke is easy, is short, because love carries what duty came.